So we have been making videos about FIFA and World Cup for the last few days, but then we suddenly realized that India too has a football board. Now, when this idea struck to our brains, we also realized why we forgot about it in the first place itself. See, the AIFF, All India Football Federation, was founded in 1937. Today it's 2026. It has been 89 years and we are yet to see the tricolour flying high in the biggest stage of them all, the FIFA World Cup. India received its FIFA affiliation in 1948 and it was also the founding member of the AFC, which was founded in the year of 1954. And at that time India was referred to as the Brazil of Asian football. You know, the period from the 1950s to the late of 1960s, it was simply fascinating. It was marked as the golden era of Indian football because under the leadership of coach Syed Abdul Rahim, who by the way is known as the most successful coach in Indian football, they won the gold medal in the 1951 Asian Games, in the 1962 Asian Games, and not to forget, they also qualified for the 1950 FIFA World Cup, which was held in Brazil. But apparently, the board did not have the funds back then to support the transportation and the players' expenses, and further they wanted to focus and concentrate more on the Olympics at that time, because at that time Olympics was a more greater global phenomena than the World Cup was. So we did not participate in the 1950 World Cup. I get it back then. See, India got its independence in 1947. It was just 3 years, the whole country was in shambles, it was in total turmoil. We were building up a new nation, we were drafting our constitution, we were, building a nation up from scratch. So yeah, there was the financial part, I agree with that, yeah. But it's 2026 now. It has been 79 years since we got our independence, and still we haven't played in the World Cup yet. Can we have the financial gimmick now? Can we have that excuse right now? It's not that Indians, lack the passion for football, or that Indians don't watch football or play football. What can we say? India is the 7th largest country in the world, it's the most populated country in the world, and is the 5th largest economy in the world. There is absolutely no reason to why we can't succeed in football. The valuation, the GDP of India is $3.5 trillion at this present moment. It's a huge amount of money and it's increasing drastically day by day. It's a very good growing economy, and it's really heartbreaking to see how the teams with how countries with much limited infrastructure, with much less financial support, are playing at the very highest level and competing with the biggest teams in the world. Just look at Cape Verde, for example. India's smallest state is shaken, and Cape Verde is half of that size. With that limited amount of funds they have, with such a poor economic conditions, with such poor living conditions, they managed to qualify for the World Cup. They managed to draw against one-time world champion Spain, against two-time world champions Uruguay, and they also managed to draw against Saudi Arabia, which in their very first World Cup they managed to qualify through to the knockouts. And unfortunately for them, the draw got a bit tough and they had to face Argentina, and Argentina being Argentina, they ultimately got the game done, but Cape Verde played really well and the whole world is proud of them. It's just fascinating. The backstory of each and every player, the background they come from, and the hardships they've had to face, to get to that stage. It's simply motivating and inspiring for the next generations as well. And their story will forever be remembered in the history books. So when these teams can, Why can't we? I mean, I guess the problem with India is that we look for the short-term solutions instead of the long-term gains. You know, we build something new to last for 5 years. Let's say we bring in foreign athletes and foreign coaches and big names to attract some viewership. They stay there, they work and they leave after 2 years, and everything's back to reset. And that's not it. We are not learning from the the global football and how they are run. See the European countries, see the developed countries, how they are investing in the grassroots levels and how they are keeping keep producing talents. India is not short of talents, mind you. It's just that we lack the proper guidance, we lack the proper support. We just don't give the proper support to these players. And yeah, there was another excuse among people that we are just a third world country, we are a developing country, how can we compete against the already developed countries of the European nations? Why then let's look for Africa. See how well their teams perform. They are far worse in terms of economic conditions as compared to India, and they still perform incredibly well at each and every World Cup. When they can do it, why can't we? And I guess that's when there is a bit of silver lining. All of you must have probably heard the name Ranjit Bajaj. Yeah, he is just doing an incredible job. He just led the Minerva Academy youth team to the Helsinki Cup. They won the Norway Cup and they also won the Dana Cup in Denmark. They went on a tour to the Scandinavian countries and won the 3 cups, breaking every sort of records. In the Norway Cup, they scored a staggering 130 goals in 8 matches. Now that when you do the average, it's around 15 to 16 goals in a game. I mean, that's mind blowing. And what he is doing with Indian football, with the youth academies, and how he is developing talents one after the other, and it's just fantastic. And I think Indian government should support him financially, and they should just give him a free hand in order to make sure that the players learn from him. The youth team, the children, they get to incorporated in his academy, which is just right now in very small parts of the country. It should be made available everywhere, and people should learn from him. The coaches, the physios, the nutritionists, the dietitians, they should go to foreign countries, to get their exposure, to learn from other people, other coaches and staffs. And I think Indian government should support them financially. I mean, we do have tons of money and we spend a lot on cricket. What if we just spend a few of it in football? I guess that will do wonders. And FIFA, incorporating more and more countries in the World Cup. Recently, Infantino was talking about incorporating 64 world tournament, the 64 world teams in the next 2030 World Cup. And I know it's just because of their business model and all, but yeah, I guess you never know. India might have a chance in the next 20-25 years. Who knows? So yeah, I think Ranjit Bajaj should be given a free hand and people should support him, and Indian government should help him to find their talents and help them nurture them with proper training, with proper food, with proper nutrition, infrastructure, healthcare facilities and everything. And I think we do have the potential because there are talents in every part of India, and Indians are very much passionate about football. So I just think it's a matter of time before we truly see the tricolour flying high amongst the other nations in the biggest stage of them all. At this point of time, let's just hope that it ultimately pays off, and maybe things are going to turn out well in the future, I guess.